All right, welcome on in, everyone, to this episode of First CSP, a channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today, we're going to take a look at Ozark Trails 308 out of Missouri. This council was originally formed in 1994 as the merger of Mocan area and Ozarks councils. A couple of things to take a look at, starting with the first issue SA1 on the patch table with its gold mylar border, blue sky, black BSA, red fleur-de-lis, black name, and in gold mylar along the bottom it does say first edition. It does make it fairly easy to delineate from later CSPs as it does have first edition on the patch itself. Taking a look at the back, it is a plastic back for the SA1. Now, as has typically been the case for us when we have the first edition being an activity issue, this being an SA1, we also collect the first regular issue. The first regular issue, the S2, has been divided into multiple variants A and B, but what the A and B have been designated as over time has changed. So let's talk about that. They do also look similar to the first issue, they just don't say first edition. See if I can put these up. So these were the next two we believe produced. These were originally listed as S2A and S2B, both with gold mylar borders, blue skies, black BSA. They do list this as a dark red fleur-de-lis and bright red fleur-de-lis. The colors are close. They list this as brown trails and light brown trails. Again, the colors are super close. I would say that this brown does look a tad bit darker than this, but man, it really is close. We do know that they are different production runs, though. The backing, both being plastic back, do look a little different. The what we believe was the S2A is a bit more blue, and the S2B is a bit more either brown or kind of goldish across the back there. So you can see there is a difference in how they were produced. Our S2B here has this errant blue thread that got kind of stitched across there. That's not typically on most of them. I think that just happens to be our CSP here. Nowadays, if you look at the more current ICA collecting guide, you're going to find that both of these would essentially be listed as S2As now, because there was another production run where the brown trails are vertical. This is now currently what's listed as the S2B, and really, it does look very different. Here it is against the S2A. Again, much later. It kind of looks like almost a cartoon version of the former. Still looks pretty clean. And the compass here, obviously, a little bit bigger and whatnot on the patch. Kind of compare all of these. If I can kind of slide to the side, there's the first edition. And then these would now be your S2A and your S2B in the more recent collecting guide. But the S2A production runs were formerly S2A and B. So there you have it. The first few patches from Ozark Trails Council. Hopefully that brings some clarity to what can be a little bit confusing. I had not seen as many of these, but we were fortunately able to pick one up more recently, and so kind of take you through the whole story of how things were listed as S2A and S2B throughout the history of the collecting guides trying to document them. Well, that's it for today's episode of First CSP. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. We will be back again tomorrow with another brand new episode of First CSP as always. If you are enjoying the content, don't forget to like. If you haven't subscribed, we'd love to try and make it all the way to 100. Kind of been hovering in the 70s. Appreciate everybody that comes back every day to tune in and see the new episodes. Hope you all continuing to enjoy the content. If you have anything to add, by all means, do so in the comments below. We'd love to see additional information or just your opinions. With that, I want to thank you for stopping in, and we will be back again tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your day.